Did you know that someone dies from heart disease every 36 seconds in the United States? That is a concerning statistic from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. But what is even more alarming is that many of those people are older adults who have no idea that certain vegetables in their daily meals, which seem healthy, might actually be harming their heart. It is not fast food or fried snacks. It is the vegetables you think are harmless, the ones sitting in your fridge, mixed into your lunch salad, or cooked into your evening soup. If you have ever felt tired, dizzy, or short of breath and thought it was just age catching up with you, your body might actually be reacting to a vegetable that is not suitable for your condition. In this video, I will help you explore 5 vegetables you should avoid after the age of 60 to protect your heart, along with safe and science-backed alternatives. If you are over 60, please watch this video all the way through. It could change the way you care for your health every single day. Which country are you watching from? Feel free to leave a comment and share with me. Vegetable number 1, canned tomatoes. There is one vegetable that many older adults use every week in their meals. Sometimes it is in soup. Other times, it is in spaghetti sauce. That vegetable is canned tomatoes. It might sound harmless, right? But in reality, canned tomatoes are one of the most silently damaging foods to your blood vessels and heart. There are 2 main reasons why this familiar food becomes dangerous for seniors. The first is its high sodium content. The second is the presence of BPA in the lining of the metal cans. According to a study published in the Journal of Clinical Hypertension, more than 70% of the sodium consumed by older adults does not come from the salt shaker. It comes from canned and processed foods, and canned tomatoes are at the top of that list. Just 1 cup of canned tomatoes can contain up to 450 milligrams of sodium. That is nearly 1/3 of the recommended daily sodium limit for an adult. When sodium builds up in your blood, it draws in more water, making your heart work harder to pump. This adds pressure to your blood vessels and, over time, can lead to thickened heart muscles, damaged arteries, and a higher risk of stroke. But that is not all. Tomatoes are acidic, and that makes this food especially dangerous when canned. The lining inside tomato cans often contains a chemical called BPA. This compound can mimic estrogen and interfere with normal blood vessel function. In older adults, whose blood vessel lining is already weakened by age, BPA can trigger irregular heartbeats, heart inflammation, and oxidative stress in the heart muscle. According to a study published in the Journal of Environmental Health, people with high levels of BPA in their blood have a 46% higher risk of heart disease. And if the person already has conditions like high blood pressure or prediabetes, that risk can double. What is even more alarming is that the acid in tomatoes actually helps BPA leak into the food inside the can. This means that when you pour canned tomato sauce into a pot, you are not just adding flavor, you may also be adding a chemical that the label does not clearly show. If you have ever felt your heart racing, pounding, or had trouble sleeping after a pasta meal, do not blame your age too quickly. Check the can of tomatoes you used. So, what is the solution? It is simple. Switch to fresh tomatoes, ripe and red from the vine. If you need to store them longer, choose glass jars or BPA-free cartons, and instead of buying pre-made sauce, try making your own tomato sauce at home. Use olive oil and a few cloves of garlic. These ingredients have been scientifically shown to help lower blood pressure and protect your arteries. It is a small change, but it can make a big difference in your heart health every day. Vegetable number 2, sweet corn. Sweet corn is a familiar food in many family meals, from soups and salads to frozen mixed vegetables. Sweet corn is often seen as a healthy choice, but for people over the age of 60, sweet corn is actually a fake vegetable. It is sweeter than you think, and more dangerous than you expect. The reason lies in its natural sugar and starch content. In fact, sweet corn is not a high-fiber vegetable as you might hope. It is a fast-digesting starch, also known as a fast carb. 1 cup of sweet corn contains about 24 grams of carbohydrates, most of which come from sugar and simple starch. This means that after eating corn, your blood sugar level rises quickly. This is especially risky for people with insulin resistance or prediabetes, which are common issues after age 60. A study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that high blood sugar after meals can damage the endothelium, the inner lining of blood vessels. This layer is in direct contact with your blood flow. When it becomes inflamed or loses elasticity, it allows bad cholesterol and calcium to stick to the vessel walls, forming plaques and leading to hardened arteries. This condition is called vascular calcification. People with high post-meal blood sugar levels have a 53% higher risk of heart complications, even if their fasting blood sugar appears normal. But it is not just about blood sugar. Most sweet corn in the United States is genetically modified GMO and sprayed with herbicides, especially glyphosate. This chemical can damage your gut microbiome, which is the body's first line of immune defense. When the gut lining is weakened, inflammatory molecules can leak into the bloodstream. This leads to a condition called metabolic endotoxemia, which causes chronic low-grade inflammation. According to recent studies, this state of inflammation is linked to a 4-fold increase in arterial stiffness in older adults. What makes this more concerning is how common corn really is. It is not just found in whole kernels, it is also in corn syrup, cornstarch, corn oil, and many processed foods you may think are healthy at your age. Your body does not process corn the same way it does leafy greens. Instead, it treats corn like a fast sugar source, triggering repeated blood sugar and insulin spikes. This puts extra strain on your heart and disrupts your circulation. So, if you want to enjoy your meals safely, what should you eat instead of sweet corn? The answer is simple. Choose cauliflower or zucchini. These vegetables have a mild flavor and soft texture similar to corn, but they are high in fiber, low in starch, and do not raise blood sugar. In particular, cauliflower contains sulforaphane, a compound that helps reduce inflammation and softens blood vessels. This supports your heart health with every meal. Vegetable number 3, fava beans. Fava beans, also known as broad beans, have long been seen as a nutritious food rich in protein, fiber, and natural folic acid. For many younger people, this is a heart-friendly and wholesome food, but for people over 60, fava beans can quietly weaken the heart, especially if you carry a genetic trait that you might not even know you have. The problem lies in a condition called G6PD deficiency, glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase deficiency. This is an enzyme that protects red blood cells from oxidative damage. According to data from the American Journal of Hematology, about 400 million people worldwide have G6PD deficiency, mostly among people of Mediterranean, African, and Middle Eastern descent. However, many people are unaware of this condition until they eat fava beans. When someone with G6PD deficiency eats fava beans, a dangerous reaction can occur. Red blood cells begin to break down rapidly. This process is called acute hemolysis. Red blood cells are responsible for carrying oxygen from the lungs to the heart. When these cells are suddenly destroyed, The heart does not receive enough oxygen to pump properly. This leads to symptoms like heart palpitations, chest pain, shortness of breath, or even heart failure if not treated in time. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Cardiology and Hematology in 2020 found that older adults with G6PD deficiency who regularly eat fava beans have a 61% higher risk of chronic anemia and ischemic heart disease. Common symptoms like prolonged fatigue, dark-colored urine, or mild jaundice are often mistaken for normal signs of aging. This makes the condition more dangerous because it goes unnoticed. Even if you do not have G6PD deficiency, fava beans still contain natural compounds called vicine and convicine. These compounds can create free radicals and cause oxidative stress in the body. For older adults with reduced antioxidant defenses, these free radicals can damage the inner lining of blood vessels, reduce elasticity, and increase the risk of vessel rupture when blood pressure rises. Some people have felt dizzy, short of breath, experienced a racing heart, or nausea after eating a meal with fava beans, but they often blame it on overeating or poor digestion. If you have ever felt this way after a meal containing fava beans or winged beans, do not ignore it. Ask your doctor about the G6PD test. It is a simple test, but it could help you avoid hidden cardiovascular risks. If you enjoy plant-based protein, there is no need to worry. There are safer alternatives. Green lentils or mung beans are gentle on the body and rich in protein, potassium, and magnesium. These nutrients help regulate heart rhythm without causing hemolysis or producing free radicals. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, eating 3 servings of lentils per week helped older adults lower their blood pressure by an average of 7 points in just 2 months. That is a meaningful improvement, especially for those with a history of heart problems. Vegetable number 4, celery. Celery has long been considered a low-calorie vegetable, good for blood pressure and weight control, which is why many older adults feel safe using it every day. Some drink celery juice in the morning, others add it to stews or stir-fried dishes. But very few people know that celery carries several hidden risks for heart health after age 60. Especially for those taking blood pressure or diuretic medications. The first danger comes from the natural sodium content in celery. While it is not the same as added table salt, the body still processes it the same way. Just 2 large stalks of celery can contain over 100 milligrams of sodium. If you consume celery regularly or drink its juice every day, the sodium can build up quickly without you realizing it. According to the American Journal of Hypertension, older adults who are salt sensitive can experience a spike in blood pressure by as much as 20 points from even small increases in sodium intake, including from natural sources like vegetables. When blood pressure rises suddenly, the heart must work harder, blood vessels stretch under pressure, and the risk of heart rhythm problems increases significantly. That is not all. Celery also has a natural diuretic effect, which causes people to urinate more often. While this might seem beneficial, in reality, for seniors who are already taking diuretics or heart medications, the added loss of fluids and electrolytes can create a dangerous imbalance of potassium. Potassium is a key mineral for heart function. A lack of it can weaken the heart's ability to contract, cause muscle cramps, and trigger irregular heartbeat, according to warnings from the American Heart Association. On top of that, celery ranks among the top 12 fruits and vegetables with the highest levels of pesticide residue, as reported annually by the Environmental Working Group (EWG). No matter how thoroughly you wash it, many chemicals can still remain inside the stalk. In particular, celery often contains organophosphate pesticides, which are known to disrupt hormones and interfere with heart rhythm. If you are thinking that you have been eating celery for a long time without any problems, take a moment to listen to your body. Feelings of restlessness, mild palpitations, muscle aches, or trouble sleeping after drinking celery juice or eating large amounts may be signs that your heart is reacting. Not everyone will be sensitive right away, but as we age, our biological responses become more unpredictable and can accumulate over time. So, how can you enjoy cool, crunchy vegetables without harming your heart? You can choose cucumbers or bell peppers. These vegetables are rich in water and low in sodium. They also provide potassium and antioxidants like vitamin C and silica, which help maintain steady heart contractions and prevent blood pressure spikes. According to the Journal of Aging in 2021, older adults who ate cucumbers daily showed noticeable improvement in nighttime blood pressure. Allowing the heart to rest more naturally during sleep. Vegetable number 5, pickled vegetables. For many older adults, nothing feels more familiar and flavorful than a bowl of white rice served with a few slices of pickled mustard greens, pickled cabbage, or sour beets. These are foods tied to family, childhood memories, and times of simplicity, but unfortunately, pickled vegetables are among the most harmful foods for heart health in older adults when consumed the wrong way. The first reason is their extremely high salt content. To properly preserve pickled vegetables, a large amount of salt is used to inhibit the growth of harmful bacteria. As a result, just half a cup of pickled beets can contain up to 400 milligrams of sodium. A few spoonfuls of pickled cabbage can reach 500 milligrams. That is nearly 1/3 of the recommended daily sodium intake for older adults. According to the Journal of Hypertension in 2019, seniors who consume high amounts of sodium have a 67% higher risk of developing left ventricular hypertrophy, a major risk factor for heart failure. But the risks do not stop there. The vinegar used in pickling contains acetic acid. While small amounts may aid digestion, consuming it daily can stimulate the sympathetic nervous system, increasing adrenaline and resting heart rate. This is especially dangerous for those who already have high blood pressure, rapid heartbeat, or trouble sleeping. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition also found that older adults who regularly eat pickled foods have a higher rate of nighttime blood pressure spikes. Nighttime hypertension is one of the earliest warning signs of sudden cardiovascular events during sleep. Many people are in the habit of eating pickled vegetables at dinner, unknowingly disrupting their sleep and waking up feeling fatigued or with a racing heart. Beyond salt and vinegar, the fermentation process in pickled vegetables produces histamine, a compound that can dilate blood vessels and cause symptoms such as headaches, dizziness, and irregular heartbeat in sensitive individuals. While some people believe fermented pickles contain good bacteria for digestion, for seniors with a vulnerable heart, the risks outweigh the benefits. If you still enjoy that light sour taste and crunch, there are safer alternatives. Try lightly steamed beets tossed with olive oil and a few drops of lemon juice, or fresh cabbage mixed with apple cider vinegar and herbs. These dishes retain their natural crispness and offer fiber and vitamins without harming blood pressure or heart rhythm. According to a 2019 meta-analysis in the Journal of Nutrition, eating fresh or lightly cooked beets helps reduce systolic blood pressure by an average of 4.7 points without any side effects. Your sense of taste may be linked to memory, but your heart health depends on the smart choices you make today. You can still enjoy familiar flavors without putting your heart at risk. We often believe that vegetables are always the healthiest choice at every meal, especially after turning 60. But after what we have just discussed, You may realize that not all vegetables are suitable for a heart that is aging day by day. From canned tomatoes high in sodium and BPA, sweet corn that spikes blood sugar, to fava beans dangerous for those with G6PD deficiency, or celery and pickled vegetables silently raising blood pressure, all of these can become silent threats if you do not choose and use them wisely. The good news is that every harmful vegetable can be replaced with a smarter, more heart-friendly choice: fresh tomatoes, cauliflower, lentils, cucumbers, cabbage with olive oil. These are foods that are not only easy to find and safe, but also help soothe blood vessels, regulate heart rhythm, and improve sleep. Just by switching one vegetable at dinner tonight, you may help your heart feel less tired tomorrow morning. You do not have to change everything at once. Just start with one small change. Listen to your body a little more closely, and you are already on the right path. Caring for your heart is not about expensive medications. It lies in the simple choices you make each day. If you found today's content helpful, please subscribe to the channel so you will not miss upcoming tips on nutrition, movement, and natural herbs made especially for those over 60. What kind of vegetables are you using from this list? Feel free to leave a comment so we can learn from each other. Your heart deserves to be loved, and it starts with you.